Hey everybody, Partyologic here. Um, I got involved in some comment section from a creator yesterday on TikTok that I really want to talk to you all about. Basically, at first it was about minimum wage, right? But with the comment section, and when I stitched part of her video, and in my comment section, a lot of people are talking about grit and hard work. So let's go back a little bit. If I was 2 cents, I'd say the way back machine. But for those of you who don't know, my husband is a teacher, and I actually was a teacher as well. I went to college to be an elementary education teacher, and I taught school for many years. But when I got pregnant, my husband and I decided that we were going to be, I was going to be a stay-at-home mom, and I know that's going to be a huge sacrifice, and I know not everyone can do it, not everyone wants to do it. But it's what we wanted to do. And I knew, though, being married to a teacher, we were going to have to make a lot of sacrifices for me to be a stay at home mom and have children. So there were things that we had to do without, a lot of things we had to do without. We didn't go on a vacation in over a decade. We used our cars until they could no longer drive. We bought our groceries from Aldi, a discount grocery store, which I still buy most of our groceries from. All our clothes either came secondhand from a family or friend, or most of them, I should say, obviously not like my underwear, but from the Salvation Army, from Goodwill. We didn't have internet. This is 2000 to 2010, so you were able to not have internet. We didn't have cable. So anyway, I could go on and on. But we had to make sacrifices. And what I'm seeing in the comments section is very concerning. And I don't know the age of these people. So I don't know if they're youth, like, teenagers in their 20s, some of them are in the 30, 40. I have no idea how old they are. But it's very concerning because they want to get paid the most amount of money for the least amount of work. They want to be able to drive the best cars, go on vacations, get Starbucks every day, so on and so forth. And I don't know why they feel they're so entitled. And then whenever you come up with a solution for them, so for example, somebody said, well, you can get a roommate to defer costs so you're able to afford a nicer apartment or afford to buy a house and have a roommate. They're like, well, we shouldn't have to do that. I'm sorry, what makes you think you shouldn't have to get a roommate? Like, I had a roommate my entire life until I got married to my husband. And theoretically, I kind of still have a roommate, right? We split costs. So I'm tired of everybody coming up with excuses of why they can't succeed. It's somebody else's fault because they certainly can look at themselves, right? You can't. And the other part is I feel like the American dream is more attainable now than it's ever been because there's so many people who don't want to work, don't want to show up, put in the time and work hard. I feel like if you show up when you're supposed to, on the days you're supposed to work on time, do the job you were asked to do, and sometimes go a little further, like extra effort, you'll actually get promoted quicker because the bosses and employers will notice this because it's not happening regularly. I mean, I know so many people that own their own businesses that are struggling not only to find people to hire that could pass a drug test, that can have a valid driver's license, and that can show up on time. They also, once they get these people, they lose them. Either the people don't want to work any longer or they're not very good hard workers. So I feel like the American dream and being able to go further faster is more attainable than it's ever been. And I wonder, this is something when I was doing a video today on TikTok, I started thinking about, again, going back with, I don't know how old these people are, but I have a theory is if the majority of them are teenagers or in their 20s, maybe even early 30s, it's because us as parents did a disservice to these children. Because back in my day, when I would get a gift, it would be for Christmas or my birthday. That was it. That legit was the only time I ever got anything brand new as a gift. And if I got something brand new or a gift, it's because I bought it myself. I had to work, whether babysitting, detasseling. If you're from Iowa, you know what that is. I had to start working at a very young age if I wanted something brand new, clothing, going out with my friends. And nowadays, the kids are getting whatever they want when they want it. When a new iPhone comes out, a lot of them just get the new iPhone from their parents. When they get a laptop, they get new clothes, they get a car. My kids had to help purchase their car. So I feel like maybe we are creating these kids who expect the best cars, expect to have the best of the best, because that's what you've given them growing up for doing no work at all. You've literally let them get all these wonderful things, the fruits of your labor, not theirs. And now they expect that now as adults. They expect to do the least amount of work for the most amount of pay. So we've created this monster. I don't know. It's a theory. I don't know if it's actually true. But it's very concerning. But like my daughter, who's 19 now, she worked at a coffee shop as a barista and was moved to manager very quickly because she was the only one showing up on time. And she started buying the groceries there. She started cooking. She started buying all the stuff online, all the product that they needed, because she was a hard worker. And not only did she show up on time, she went the extra effort. So I don't know if you have any comments or anything else you want to add of what your thoughts on this as well. But I really, in my video that I did on TikTok, I said, the only person holding you back is you. Now, listen, I know a lot of people have had stuff handed to them. Awful, awful things have happened to them in their lives, whether, it was something with a family member or not, or they grew up with hardly anything. Like my husband, he was raised by a single mom in poverty, but now he's a teacher who's been teaching for 20 plus years. And he found a way to go to college. She didn't pay for it. His mom didn't pay for it. So there are ways out. Just because you're handed something terrible doesn't mean you can't get past it. And if you can't get past it, that's on you for the most part. You've got to stop coming up with excuses. You need to change your perspective, your attitude, and you need to be a hard worker. It's really that simple. It honestly is. I'm not going to say it's not going to be a struggle. It's 100% going to be a struggle. My husband and I now in our 40s and he's in his 50s are able to do things that these people want to do in their 20s and barely work, like have a part-time job or live in their parents' basement. Like this, it's just not attainable. That's just, I don't know why you think you deserve that and why you're entitled to that. It absolutely makes zero sense to me. It's like something I cannot compute. I don't understand. So anyway, that's my thought for today. Please, again, subscribe or add any comments that we can talk about some other things. I'm going to try to do a video every day and express my thoughts because I feel like that's the only way we can move forward is for us to exchange ideas respectfully and listen to one another. So, Party of Logic out.